Hi, everybody. Welcome to Intuition Matters Unveiled. IMU. I just saw myself start over here. Pretty ridiculous. Hi, all right. I'm a little disoriented because my hero has a day off. He is still in making comments in YouTube for me. Okay, so I know YouTube has sound. If somebody, oh, Bridget, thank you, honey. She just popped a comment telling me I looked beautiful. If anybody's watching from Facebook, if you could pop in a comment just that you can hear me. Last week we had some technical difficulties for 17 minutes into the production. I'm assuming everyone can hear me on YouTube. Anyway, let's see if I can get there. Okay, I'm just going to go forward. So it's been a rough week. I think the eclipse had a bigger impact than any of us would have really predicted. Well, some of us who know what's going on might, but I didn't predict this at all. Lots of relationship issues with clients and twin flames bashing off the walls with each other. Lots of stirred up emotion, lots of drama, lots of health issues. So this is what I, just in my little circle of people. So I have a dear friend who's 89 years old, and she broke her hip, and the procedure wasn't healing. At 89 years old, she had a full hip replacement. A dear friend from childhood, Kathleen, ended up having to call the emergency room with heart palpitations. A dear sister, my friend Diane, her cousin died suddenly. And then my hero, he's been having dental issues and computer issues. And my dear friend in Africa, I'm going to put out an appeal, you guys. My dear friend in Africa ended up hospitalized for malaria. He almost died. He's in his early 20s. Sorry, it's been an emotional day, and I've kind of staved it off until now. He almost died. I would not know what happened to him if I just suddenly stopped hearing from him. And I asked him what happened, and he said that he went unconscious and that he had just called his mom a few minutes before. He's helping support a family of 6, him and his mom, and 5 siblings, I believe. And he said he slumped. And I'm like, I didn't know what he meant, but he meant he fainted or he passed out. And I said, how did you get to the hospital? He goes, I was dragged through the streets. And I said, who dragged you? And he said, my mother and siblings. So you can imagine the drama and crisis. And anyway, he wanted to get discharged early. They thought he was going to die. He woke up to his mother screaming at him, don't leave me this way. And this has been a young man I've been conversing with for like 7 years now. He's like my own kid. And we've been trying to get him a scholarship to go to school, and because of competition, it keeps falling through. And he's teaching kids and trying to learn how to be a tailor and helping his mom. She has a shop that sells like grains, and she grinds them into flour and things. Anyway, if anybody has some spare cash, I want so badly to send Youngster's family some money to help with the hospital bill. And it costs $50 just to send any money there. And I don't have any money to send because I'm in hardship right now. But if you are so kind, anybody in the next couple of weeks, if you were to go to intuitionmatters.org or maureenkeefe.com, click blog, there is an opportunity to make a donation. Any donations in December, I will send to, his nickname is Youngster. I'll send it to his family. I've been wanting to for months, and it's been too tight to do it. So if there are those who are in abundance right now and feel so inclined to really uplift someone who has a massively sweet heart and a vision to help his people by learning ways to bring them hope and sustenance and uplift the children. There's, massive violence and like they stay at home for days at a time and won't come out because the streets are too dangerous where he lives. And it's just brutal. Like, I made that post on my site about anybody else overeating or eating like they've never seen food before. And it wasn't until days later that I realized that he would see that, and he's starving. Like, they barely eat enough every day. And he goes, "What's up with that?" And I said, "Yeah, well, there's people that have money for food, and we eat when we're stressed or we're overeating." And, I was telling him how it would be such culture shock for him to be here and see the disparity of money and no money and how people live around the world. But anyway, enough of that. That's just pure heart, tough times all the way around. And so if you are so inclined, intuitionmatters.org, blog, and donation, and anything in December 2021 I'll send to Youngster's family. Blessings. Thank you for hearing that. Anyway, so lots of craziness with the eclipse. I had such a great time watching it and looking at it. I want to make sure. Okay, yeah, last week we got muted. I just wanted to check my sound. Okay, I'm going to read some questions. And so one of them is right on mark here. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is here. Question, let's see. A question tonight. What the fuck do I do with my twin flame? Can't live with him, can't live without him. That's often the nature of a twin flame relationship. It's so growth edge. It is so growth edge. And just like financial struggle is growth edge, to, get you to face your fears and go beyond what you think you can do. That's a twin flame relationship, growth edge. Okay, so the question is, what the fuck do I do with them? Starting with first, anything you need from your twin flame in relationship, and this goes for all relationships, anything you need from your twin flame, cultivate it within yourself. It's like your own treasure map mirror. So if you need attention, give yourself attention. If you need more loyalty, give yourself loyalty. If you need more honesty, be honest with yourself. So if you need more tenderness or nurturing, be tender and nurturing to yourself. If you're overgiving to your mate, pull it back and pour it into you first. And this goes for everybody. Don't be pouring love into others when you do not have a full cup. So I've been trying to fill my cup too, taking my own advice. Looking for the rest of this question. Hold on a second. This is in Messenger, so it's not in the other place. And I'll pop in and look over there too. All right. I finally feel the energy of attachment lifting from a toxic relationship, which is a twin flame relationship. Is it a true twin flame or toxic two flame? I love this girl. Do I stay and learn or evolve, or is it time to leave? All right. So I've tuned in on this before, and I'm going to just do it again real quick. And so I'm getting centered. I'm getting back in my body. It's a super stressful day. And feeling my feet on the floor, breathing, and water's always good. So this is for anybody too when you're trying to make a decision or get clarity or talk to your guides. Okay, so I'm just going to ask. And then if you can like just get in a gentle space, like thanking your guides for helping you, that's positive too, that helps. All right, I'm going to ask, is this person and her mate a twin flame relationship? Sorry, sister. Okay, and the next question is, do I stay and learn to evolve, or is it time to leave? That's a big question. Okay, wow. Okay, hold on. Do I leave? Okay, so I am getting yes on staying to learn. Is this a lifelong guidance? And I get a no. So do know that right now it is time to invest. Now, we are human and we are overzealous humans, and we know that any twin flame relationship is an overzealous human and soul. And so if your mate is playing small to grow you and they're stuck in that resistance to grow themselves, you do not have to stay in a twin flame relationship that is turning you inside out. Know that there's always an as good of a match for you no matter what. But do know that you know already, it's going to be very challenging to separate and to close the door and to be done. And under those circumstances, I would say decord. In fact, do it now. Like decord even in the relationship. So energetic decording, I believe I've spoken of it before, is when we engage with others, we end up having energetic cords that connect us. And it acts as a love pipeline. It can also be a vampire pipeline. It can also be a push me, pull you pipeline. And it can also be a completely ravaged by desire and obsessing thoughts, because you're just tapped into them at that level. It's like your body isn't even yours, and your mind you have no charge over. And so if you're having that in any relationship, if you're ruminating over a wrong done to you, decord from that relationship. So I'm going to just quickly tell you how to do it. So you ground into the heart of the earth, hands on your heart, you drop a cord of light into the heart of the earth. Feel Mother Earth receive you with great joy and send love right back up to you. You're still connected, but she's filling you with love. Then send a cord of light straight up into the heavens, connecting with Source. And if you don't have a spiritual sense or connection, you can connect with your soul, or you can connect with the greater central sun, and or the sun, or a star. So the intention is to connect with the heavens, and then feel Source receiving you with great joy and sending love down into your heart center as well. And just breathe that energy up and down, connecting heaven and earth. So then feel a brilliant sun grow at your heart center, and see it be a brilliant light, and see that light come across your shoulders and down your arms and out your fingertips. And what you're going to do is comb through your body, almost like you're playing the harp on your body, but you're combing through your body from top above your head down to under the ground, releasing all cords they've connected to you. And watch those cords go straight over their head and connect them directly to Source, and have Source energy flowing through those cords. And then envision them standing in front of you, and then you're using your energy finger laser lights through them, releasing all cords you've hooked into them. Anytime you are trying to push them to do something they don't want to do, anytime you're flowing love to them, anytime you're arguing or hurting or want to hurt them, that's cords. And so release all that you've hooked into them and connect directly to Source. Now you can, I believe love cords always stay, so don't worry about it. Just decord, connect to source, envision source flowing, pure source energy through those cords, clearing, cleansing, resetting, reharmonizing, recalibrating, and resetting you as individuals. And it's a clean slate from your past. Just let the past be in the past. Move it on out. And anytime you think of that person, decord again, you can just do it like this. You don't have to do all the connecting. You just set the intention, and it's more powerful when you do the connecting. But just the intention is effective enough. So decord from all this trauma, drama, crisis, heartache, heartbreak, anger, frustration, sadness. And I just saw something in my background. So let's call it angels. Okay, we're calling it angels. All right, so I hope that's good enough answer for you. Know that in time we can revisit that question. But I'll hold a high vision for you guys and send in high vibes. And anybody watching these shows, if you can send love to the people asking the questions to just help them with their stuff too. So I'm going to pop over here and look what's going on over here. Love you, Bridget. Thank you. And Carl, blessings. Thank you. Aw, thank you for the compliment. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, blessings. Facebook has been such a gift to connect me with the most wonderful people. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Bridget had a friend pass last night too. It's like this exit or reset, come to Jesus moment to, make better choices. Thanks for the prayers, love. That's good enough. It's better than good. It's blessed. And know that in crisis, sending love is never a passive gesture. A dear friend, Joanna Hill, taught me that. It helped me when I had a loved one go MIA with addiction issues and some other challenges. Sending love. Know that it matters. There's actually an interesting research project that was done. And it was back, I don't know when it was. I learned about it a decade or two ago. So it's been some time ago. And what they did was they had all these medical files and they randomly stacked some in one pile and some in another pile. And they prayed and sent love and thoughts of healing to one pile and then didn't do anything to the other pile. And then they went through the files and discovered that the ones that they did healing work on had faster recoveries, improved outcomes, remarkable shifts and changes. And the ones that did not get prayers had the expected random, recovery rates or statistical recovery rates. And the most interesting part of the study was that they were from 20 years prior to them. The files were from 20 years prior. So they sent love to these people decades later, but time doesn't really exist. So it bridged time and helped these people. And it was fascinating. I happened upon this after I had a really bizarre experience. I went to, what was it called? Mel Gibson's movie Passion, or The Passion of Christ. And oh my God, for an empath to sit through that movie was flesh peeling. Wha! And I sat in that chair and all I wanted to do was bolt, for the first 5 minutes. But first off, a friend had invited me and I felt it would be very disrespectful to leave her because she was feeling very, she was claiming her religion. And then there was another person next to me who happened to be a local author, very Christian and very wonderful person too, that I, respect and love both of their belief systems. And I just felt like I was going to look like the heathen if I left, was super disrespectful. So I just was stuck in that theater. And so the way I survived it was I sent love to Christ in all that suffering, from this chair now to Christ at that time. I sent love. I sent love. I sent love. I sent love. I, did energy work to ease the pain, to carry him through, to, whatever you would do from somebody suffering in a massive tragedy. And we're powerless to get out of it. And I knew, like, this was such guidance. I knew in my heart, without a shadow of a doubt, that helped Jesus back in the day. So take that and work with it. Okay, let's see if we got others over here. Bridget, thank you for promoting me, my girl. You did a story and a Facebook promotion. I want to also thank Della for promoting the event as well, and anybody who's liked it. Oh, Della's there too. Hi, thanks for joining. Let's see. And Hearts Love Joe. I figured out how you say that. Thank you for your prayers and love as well. And the decording. Yes, you're welcome, Bridget, for sure. Okay, so I'm answering a question in chat. Does he want to see you again? How does he view me as a person? I get a yes, he does want to see you again. How does he view me as a person? I get that he respects you. He appreciates you. He thinks you're beautiful, strong. He thinks you're a good person. Have you been feeling his energy? Yes. Oh, double heartbeat in your chest. That's another thing. The heart palpitations. I talked to somebody today who did a really remarkable, he taught me something that's like Qigong based, martial arts based. It was about moving your energy, getting grounded and getting in your body. And at the end of our conversation, he talked about AFib and heart palpitations being having a hard time letting go of past hurts. But double heartbeat in your chest, let me ask if that is past baggage. No. Is this excitement? This is excitement. This is you feeling connected to this person who you're feeling very drawn to. And from last week, we did discern that this is a powerful union to be. And hold on for the ride, girl. Okay. And so, hi, Joanna. Is it the Joanna H? Is it? No, I don't think so. Okay. Anyways, I hope you do see him again, doll. I get a yes that you will. And I do get a yes on the twin flame. Sorry to tell you that. Hey, Fred. Hello. Welcome back. Hello. Sorry I've been so unavailable. Geez, I'm just working. Thanks. So anyone wants to ask questions, pop them into either Messenger in Facebook on the Intuition Matters Unveiled page or on the comments. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if they're picking up on my eCam, on my software, Restream. So, and let's just see if I got, my friend asked me to help her find lost keys. And I'm not so good at lost articles. I did help a neighbor find a lost article once that was pretty good. Mainly concerned. Okay, so she still hasn't found her keys. I'm getting that it's in a pocket and it's not inside and it's not outside. So maybe it's in the van or in the storage or something. But just I need to amp up the volume of my Pray to St. Anthony skills. I should have told her to do that. All right. Maybe she'll watch this video. Pray to St. Anthony. And you do it like this. I pray to St. Anthony to look around. Something's lost and must be found. And another person gets more into it. But in the end, then you just say, where is it? I used to be a little more crass about it to make it funny. Where is it? And then the very first thing that comes to mind is where you go look. And if it's not there, do it again. And if it's not there, do it again. So there's some kind of fun ways to do lost articles. So decording is super powerful. And getting in your body and getting grounded is really critical these days while all the energies are going crazy around us. Creating sanctuary in your inner realms is your key to surviving these times. And so what I mean by that is firing your inner critic. I tell people, there are people lined up to criticize you. Just because that's people. And not like each person has a bunch of people lined up. But so just to find sanctuary in your inner realms by being good to you, being kind to you, fire your inner critic, hire your inner cheerleader, become your best friend, become your biggest uplifter, and be your kindest, most tender, compassionate friend. I grew up with a lot of criticism, and I internalized the inner critic with a vengeance. And it manifests as self-loathing too. So anyone struggling with self-loathing, it's super critical to heal that. It's just super critical to heal that. And so I will be doing work on that for sure. Self-loathing to self-love. And I'll pull a card too while we're at it. Let's see what we get to. Oh, fire and passion. Ooh, that's for you, twin flames. But get passionate about loving yourself. Get passionate about what, like for me, it would be, you know, what would Maureen want today? What would make Maureen's heart sing today? Or if you're connecting with your inner child, you know, and you have a nickname for your inner child, what would, like Reenie was a nickname my brother gave me, Reen and Reenie. What would Reenie like to do today? Our inner children, people who have disowned their inner children to survive hard childhoods, are afraid to reclaim them because they've been working so hard to heal and they just feel like they don't have enough energy to heal one more thing. I'll give you a secret. Your inner child isn't the one who's wounded. It's the adult child that's wounded. And your inner child is actually your magical child. And so if you reclaim him or her and gather her to your heart and befriend him or her, and learn to reconnect in a way that matters, we need to reparent our inner children, telling ourselves the things that we needed to hear growing up and untelling some of the more brutal criticisms we really need to rewrite. Lots of work you can do around that. I had a coaching session today and she gave me this really great advice because I'm grinding and really not feeling like I'm making progress in the way I need to as in income. And, you know, part of it is I don't reward myself for my accomplishments. I'm not celebrating my successes. So, and when you're doing personal growth, healing, and transformation for yourself, celebrate every single teeny baby step. Learn to acknowledge your accomplishments. Learn to acknowledge your contributions, your productivity, your creations. Your creation doesn't have to be tangible. It can be a kind word, a smile, making somebody's day, picking up the phone, sending a text, popping on Facebook, making a post that makes people laugh or has information to help them. We make contributions in all ways every day. So my friend who lost her cousin, she and I had done some very intense clearing work like 2 days before. And then something happened in that whole family stress pot that really triggered her. And she was convinced that in that moment that this thing triggered, that it actually could have been cancer growing, like activate cancer in her body. And she told me 6 times, if she told me once, that the work that we did brought her to such a place of stability and clarity that when that moment went down, she made a radically different choice. And she knew that in that radically different choice, she headed off what could have been a future disaster for her. She had to tell me like 6 times for me to take that in, for me to really hear her and receive that. So thanks, Di, for always really showing up for me like that. We as empaths fend off energy. We are sensitive, so we fend off people's emotions, their pain. We fend off their thoughts, their criticisms, their attacks. We fend off feeling bad witnessing someone being attacked. Oh my God. My friend who has malaria in the hospital in Nigeria said, "Oh my God, it's crazy in here. There is a child whose leg was run over and the father is threatening to kill the mother because he's accusing her of stealing money from him." So my friend is hostage in that situation. He can't get up and leave. He's hooked to a drip with malaria medicine and fluids. And this is like, he's so sensitive. And so he's like stuck in this situation. But who doesn't know that? A situation like some massively crazy situation where you can't get out of. And so we fend off. And part of that fending off, well, I was fending off attack and criticism most of my life, on top of being bullied for 7 years, on top of a lot of other things. And so we fend off. And it's our natural state. So I discovered this one day when the refrigerator was running and it stopped running. And I realized I just kind of relaxed, like, and I didn't even realize I was fending off that low level noise pollution, that low level vibration that was, bombarding me. And imagine what we're fending off. Imagine what we're being bombarded with all the time. My friend, who just had the death in her family, also talked about, we were money vibing together some years ago, and she goes, "Money flows through us." She goes, "The banks and wireless and transactions and all the currency is flowing directly through us in these transactions." And I just loved that vision. But lots of other things are flowing through us too. So conscious choices get different outcomes. Choosing to do something differently is going to get different outcomes. And the coach friend and the healer friend who I had really great connections with today, wonderful contributions on their part to me. Thank you so much. That would be Aaron and Steve. And I can even pop some referral links into the comments later. Um, baby steps. So set conscious intention, consciously choose differently, and do baby steps to make a choice, to make progress in making a change. Start small and celebrate that you did it, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. And celebrate each time, though. Get really encouraging and uplifting with yourself. All right. So let's see. Anybody else have questions? I'm really not seeing action. Hey, Karen. I still need to book a session with you, girl. How did we fall through the cracks again on that? It's like, man, the train keeps going down the track. You got to grab me and lock me in. I'm living in my calendar now. So, Karen, ask a question. Somebody ask a question. What do you want to know? So fending off, the key to not fending off is to recognize you're doing it, and then choose to open, breathe, allow, and let it flow through. Okay, so I'm getting a question from Fred. What to do about uncomfortable repeating dreams when the situation in waking reality usually plays out normal? Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean by normal, that it plays out normal. Is it playing out in the same way the dream is repeating, or the situation in waking reality usually plays out normal? Comfortable repeating dreams. All right, let me just tune in on what the answer is for that. So I'm getting to ask your high self to help you program your dreams to break that cycle. You can also set an alarm to wake you up to disrupt your sleep cycle until those dreams stop. I'm going to ask what the repeating dreams are about. Okay. Reality in the dream is horrible, but in real life it's opposite. Okay. Is this just baggage clearing? No, it is not. Is this torment? There's torment going on. Is this sacred worthy opponent? It is not. It is just flat out infringement. And so let's see, how do we stop that? Okay, can I remove it? Okay, I'm going to do a little energy work on you right now, Fred. So just set the intention that together you and I are terminating this game that is being played with that torment, and we're rendering it inert, and we are containing it and handing it over to the highest light authority that knows exactly how to handle it. So we're containing it, shutting it down, rendering it inert, and anything it's connected to as well. Anything tracking it? Oh, there is. Yikes. Okay, so do we... so we're going to implement some... I don't know what to call it for mainstream, but we're just going to set a program of technology that's going to run the frequency as though it's actually happening and tormenting you, and that's going to keep sending the signal to whatever it's connected to that it's still doing it when it's not. And then let's do an exercise. Everybody can do this with me. And we're all a spark of the divine. We're all, I call it God spark within us. I see it as this incredibly tiny but brilliant gold light, and see that explode out and taking anything with it that's not yours, and a tornado around us spinning that down to the heart of the earth to be transmuted. But see that gold spark clearing your aura, and then each time it hits the edge of your aura, it adds another layer. So God Spark explodes out, adds another layer to your aura, explodes out, adds another layer to your aura. And so that's a wonderful way to clear your energy and shore up your energy field. So, it's not necessarily a need to fend off so much as be radiantly connected, centered, grounded, and have all your circuitry in and your voltage high, and know that you are the authority over your reality, and it's just energy. Period. Flat out. It's just energy. But I would still ask my soul self to reprogram my dreams and override this to break that cycle. All right, let's see. There were a couple others that came through here. Hold on a second. Betsy, did you find your keys? Tell me if you found them. Okay, what about this underground house? Let me just see. Is it in her highest and greatest good to move into that house? I'm getting a yes. Is this going to be a possibility for her? I'm getting a yes. Is it in her highest and greatest good to snag that sucker now? I'm getting a yes. So if you went there and liked it, get on it. Is that the right place for her? Yes. Is it healthy? Yes. Is there any red flags about it? No. Is the landlord going to be good to you? I get a yes. And we know it's a good price. Snag that. Let's talk later. Okay. And so what else? How does he feel about the self-portrait I drew of him, and how does his mom feel about you? Okay, let's just see. So I'm feeling into him, and it's he. Okay, so he's feeling a little awkward and a little embarrassed, like he doesn't quite know, like he not like you didn't embarrass him. He just like feeling a little self-conscious. He's flattered. He is touched. Okay, so I was getting like he was being like shrouded, like has a little trouble showing his feelings. And so it's kind of, he's in this push me pull you, because he does have a hard time showing someone his feelings, especially if it, like, of course you would like some positive feedback, and it seems like he's got some past childhood issues with a parent manipulating him with feelings, and so that might be a growth edge you're going to bump up against, is not really getting the outpouring of validation about his feelings that you're going to need. He thinks it's really cool that you did it, though, but there's this weird emotional piece that is baggage for him, that it's not about you. It's his stuff. But now he's in an awkward position because he's bumping up against his stuff. Okay, and how does his mom view and feel about you? So she knows about you. She's curious, excited, and wants this to be good for him. Is she critical? I'm getting no on critical. Does she think you're good enough? Yeah, so it's not one of those mothers that are going to think you're not good enough for their son. Okay. You're welcome, Fred. Always so welcome. All right, let's see. It seems I saw something else. It's so fun seeing you people here. Oh, nope. Darn it. No keys yet. Is it still working to motivate you, though? I hate that. Okay. Oh, yeah, he does not really express his feelings. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for validating me. It's hard to say that, to tell you that, because it's going to be a challenge. But it's your growth edge, baby. He's your growth edge. You signed up for this. Okay, so here's some more twin flame advice. If you are the conscious one in the relationship, more awake, more aware, doing the healing work, knowing what needs to happen with your mate for things to be better, not in a way that you need to change. It's more about he needs to heal this emotional baggage. He needs to open his heart and trust, and because they're losing out by, having these issues. So if you're the one who's more awake and having to deal with the more lacking of consciousness mate, I recommend that you get therapy if you have access to it, or get a coach or a healer or someone who can help you reframe being dragged down, getting frustrated, someone who can help you see your own growth edge in the experience. And it's the best money you will invest. When we invest in our own well-being, when we invest in clearing our trauma, when we invest in releasing heart walls and forgiving self and others and fire the inner critic. Okay, so not only are we changing our lives, we are massively changing worlds. We are expanding all of creation with love. This is the game here. This is the Matrix game. How far can we get from love? Like, how many layers of wounding, and then find our way back to open our hearts to receive love. I think I'm feeling dramatic today. Okay, so therapy. But I really recommend therapy with me. Because I'm fast and productive and effective. Because, man, I spent 10 years in psychotherapy. Thank God it kept me alive, but it was not the answer. Sorry to my beloved psychologists out there. There are better tools than traditional psychology, but there's definitely a place for traditional psychology, yes. Okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, definitely. Worthiness. Yeah, we all could use a little of that. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. And let's celebrate a little more. You're going to get really sick of these sound effects, but I'll expand on them. All right. Anybody else have something they want to play with, or some topic they want me to educate them about with healing, or with healing, or psychic abilities, or being an empath, or twin flames, or codependency is another forte of mine. Let's pull another card. I'm abusing my plant in this deal. So sorry. It's so pretty. So pretty. Peace. May peace and harmony indwell you. I just felt that kind of sink in. You're welcome, Hearts Love Joe. Beloved beings, I want to end this lovely gathering with so much gratitude and appreciation for you tuning in, for asking questions, for being my cheerleading team and my friends. And I want to do the God Bubble exercise again, because my version of Kelly Coffey's God Bubble teachings, because I get so much out of it. The notion is not resistance, bumping up against, fighting against, rejecting, condemning, judging. The notion is allowing I'll just lead you through it. So envision yourself or God, envision God, or if you see yourself as God, envision yourself as this amazing bubble of all knowing, of all things, of all unmanifest. And this amazing bubble, I see it as gold, and it has like swirling opal pink and other colors. And see it just quietly descending down upon you. Envision it encompassing all realms. And if you're able to, expand even bigger, see it encompassing the entire earth. And see it come down with such peace and such tranquility. And know that it is righting all wrongs, uncreating all miscreations, recalibrating, reharmonizing, and resetting your life experience to the highest frequency of love, joy, happiness, fulfillment, peace, serenity, tranquility, fulfillment, success, gratitude, love, camaraderie, companionship, supportive relationships, inspiring relationships, uplifting relationships. And imagine sitting in the center of a tranquil forest with a silent, windless snowfall. It's just such a magical sound. And feel that peace and tranquility embody you. May your journey be blessed in all ways. Life is meant to be a joyful journey. Get into it. INTUIT. Get these funky earrings on. Get into it. That's your intuition. That's your inner knowing. It's your gift. We all have it. Thank you too, Fred. And to you, Bridget. It's what's going to get us through is tapping into our superpower. Nobody can take it away from us except us. So keep your vibe high, keep your focus on success and desired outcomes. Worry is a prayer to make it so. So stay out of those fields. And please tune in again next week with lots of questions. Bring your friends. You can drop questions in the Facebook Messenger of Intuition Matters Unveiled page. And I would be happy to help you if you want to hire me to coach you, do healing work, do a psychic reading. I also do visionary business coaching. If you have a product and pretty skilled marketing, everybody but me. I'm changing that story. Carl is helping me. Okay, so it is almost time, but I got this really cool outro, and I want to acknowledge who it's from. It's the band Canal, and the song is Venato, and I really dig that song. And my friend Jan, my former accountant, turned me onto this on a road trip. It was very fun. And I asked Kurt Bauman, the lead singer, if I could use the music for my videos. And he said I could. Thank you, Kurt. Blessings. He is currently in the band The Burned with his beautiful and lovely wife. I'm forgetting her name right now. I'm sorry. But they're a gorgeous couple and it's extremely talented duet and more. So Sea Stars is one of their bands too, and The Burned. So sending you all much love as we do the outro with Venato. This is Maureen Keefe of Intuition Matters Unveiled. IMU.